What is up, movie viewers? Dena Views and Reviews here, asking, what are you watching? Well, today I am watching Tyler Perry's Finding Joy. Now, this movie stars Shannon Thornton, Tosin Morohunfola, Brittany S. Inayah Lamis, Erin O'Connell, and Eric Stanton Betts. It is written, directed, and produced by Tyler Perry. Will Aru, Angie Bones, Carmen K. Jones, and Corita Nelson. This movie's main character is a young lady by the name of Joy, and she is played by Shannon Thornton, a beautiful, single, talented wannabe fashion designer. Unfortunately, Joy is currently working as a personal assistant for a very narcissistic, arrogant design thief, Patrick, in New York City. Now, Joy is very talented, and it seems, even though she's very talented, she is desperately trying to use the job and the position that she is in as an opportunity to get her foot into the fashion industry. She just wants her foot in the door. In a sort, she's just buying her time in this field at this point that she loves. Regrettably, she happens to be working under a real jerk of a boss, Patrick, which I am sure many people can relate to. She has always loved designing and has a history of designing and making great fashion. And she believes that if she continues to work hard and diligently, even putting up with this jerk of a boss, that it will pay off, and eventually it will result in her achieving her dream of becoming a well-known fashion designer. It is something that she's always dreamed of. Now, Joy shares an apartment with two of her closest friends, Letitia and Ashley. Two weed-smoking, puerile, wisecracking BFFs who are well acquainted with Joy, and they are well aware of how talented she really is. They understand that she's a dedicated person, and she's dedicated to her job, but they both feel that she is devoting just too much time to work and not enough time to trying to find love. And they believe she is being taken advantage of by her boss, Patrick. So they both feel she needs to enjoy life more, and that includes finding love, finding her a man. They think she should devote more of her time to getting out, having fun, and she needs to go on some dates. They tell her she just works too hard and she puts up with too much. So they want her to focus on pursuing a real relationship and stop wasting her talents and her time and constantly immersing herself in these romance novels. They want her to go out and live. So they encourage her to date more so that she can find a love interest like the ones that she reads about in her romance novels. Joy, on the other hand, feels that she worked hard now and that she can get her foot into the door in the fashion industry and all will fall into place because she's had enough of this crazy dating game. But she feels now that one of the men that she works with by the name of Colton is into her, and she thinks that they built some kind of rapport, some kind of bond, and she's hoping to take it to the next level. Because he calls her his best girl. Then he asks her to come with him to Colorado to meet his parents because he has something that he wants to ask her with them present. Joy is thinking this may officially upgrade their relationship status. She is happy and she is overexcited to meet his parents, and she simply cannot wait to be asked the big question, whatever that question is. So Joy travels to Colorado to meet his parents, and she is eager and overwhelmed, anticipating the big question he has for her. Even her roommates are anxiously waiting by the phone to hear the details surrounding this huge announcement. Will he pop the question? Why else would a man ask you to meet his parents and pay to have you come meet them in another state? Now, after being overwhelmed by this question, Joy is shocked. She's emotional and feels the need to remove herself from the setting. Clearly, she's surprised and astonished by what he has disclosed to her. And she just feels the need to take some time to clear her head. She wants to get out of there. She has to leave that space in order to better comprehend what's going on. She wants to return back to New York ASAP. She attempts to find some form of transportation to get her back anywhere away from Colorado. Unfortunately, a snow blizzard had caused much to be shut down. Everything is closed and unavailable for her to rent as far as a room would be. And it's difficult to find proper transportation, but she doesn't care and just simply accepts the only available vehicle that is there. She's ignoring the warnings that she's being given about driving the vehicle that she has chosen with such a huge snowstorm coming. So after a near-death experience, she finds herself waking up in a cabin in the woods with a complete stranger. Now, we later learn that stranger's name is Ridge, and he has a lot of issues. Now, I gave this movie 3.5 stars. And maybe it's because I'm a hopeless romantic, or maybe it's because I just simply like the two main characters in this movie. Admittedly, I am a complete sucker for black love stories. Of course, some of it was not exactly believable, and perhaps the dialogue or interaction between the two main characters could have been a bit more intense, or just a little more spirited or passionate. Either way, I like the premise, the basis of the movie. There was a lot of humor in this movie, and maybe Joy's roommate went a bit overboard with that drug use. They need some help. They need some professional help. Surprisingly, this movie pulled me in, and I ended up actually liking this lighthearted romantic comedy. If you are interested in checking out Tyler Perry's Finding Joy, you most certainly can do so because it is rated R and it's currently streaming on Prime. If you have not already, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and drop me a comment letting me know what you thought of this movie. And tell me what movies you are watching. And join me weekly for another review, a movie recommendation, or just a live conversation. And I want you to remember, it's my view. Now, what are you watching?